Peace be upon you. Glory be to God, for I am not among the mushriks. Now, today I want to talk about something very important. But before that, I want to give, as always, a shout out to Baba Schweib. He's the one who made this translation. You can read his bio right here. Uh, he's doing a charity for old people. He's trying to help the old people. So if you want to donate to him, the website is thegreatquran.com. Koran. Yeah, so let's jump into the topic. So the topic of this video is the topic of salah. How many salah are actually in the Quran? Now, let's go to Surah 11, verse 114. Let me put it right here just for reference sake. And establish the prayer at the two ends of the day and the advancements of the night. So this means two ends of the day. You would hear the mushriks say that two ends of the day, somehow one end is Fajr, Zuhr, and Asr. I don't know how. I don't know how there's multiple time periods of ends of the day. God just mentions two ends of the day. Any normal person can see that. Okay, when does the day start? The day starts when it's Fajr time. That's when fasting starts too, right? When the white thread is separated from the black thread or whatever, or from the darkness. We know when fasting starts. The day fasting starts and when exactly fasting starts. The fasting starts when the day starts. So the day starts when it's Fajr. So in the other hand, the day would end when it's Isha. That's when the day ends. The sun starts to set. When there's brightness in the sky, it's daytime. When the brightness is gone, it's no longer daytime. So in Isha time, Maghrib time, well Isha prayer, but Maghrib, the actual word, Maghrib sunset time, is when the sun starts to decline, the sun starts to set. That's when it's the end of the day. And the advancements of the night, that's called Wusta prayer. If you want to call it Isha prayer, it doesn't necessarily matter what you call it, it's just a prayer. But and the advancements of the night. Yeah, so those are the three prayers mentioned in the Quran. Now the mushriks and like Rashid Khalifa's followers and some other people would argue that, oh, there's five prayers in the Quran, which they argue using this verse. Like, let me see if I can find it. Is it this one? Is it this one? Where did I put it? Oh, right here. They use Surah 17, verse 78, and they say, establish a prayer at this decline of the sun. They translate this as decline of the sun until the twilight of the night. Okay, so assuming this is talking about Zohar prayer, if we didn't have technology, how exactly would we see the sun declines at Zohar time? No one with their eyes can see the sun starts declining at Zohar time. You rely on technology in order to see that the sun starts declining. You can argue in Asr time, oh, the sun starts to decline, but in Zohar time, no one notices the sun declining at Zohar time. That makes no sense. How can you tell? How can you tell the sun starts to decline when the sun is at its peak? It doesn't make any sense. But let's say this is talking about Zohar prayer right here, okay? So essentially, what you're saying is there's one prayer from Zohar time until Isha time. So essentially, what you're saying is there's Fajr prayer, and then there's whatever prayer from noon time until the night. That's what you're saying. They're just saying there's one prayer. There's no answer in there. God just says, establish the prayer at the setting of the sun or the decline of the sun until the twilight of the night. So you're just saying there's one prayer there. So it doesn't necessarily make any sense whatsoever. And no one can even tell that the sun declines at Zohar time. I don't know how anyone can tell. I, I don't know. But anyways, let's look at Surah 2458 to debunk this fact that it's talking about Zohar time. And I don't know. I'm genuinely curious to hear what the arguments are for this verse right here. O you who believe. This is Surah 24, verse 58. O you who believe, let those whose right hands possess. The right hands possess does not mean, it doesn't mean slavery. That's a topic for another video though. And those who have not reached puberty among you. So those who are not true. So some people say, oh, the Prophet married a 6-year-old. The Quran endorses pedophilia. No, it doesn't. It clearly distinguishes between adults and children. And among you, request for authorization. So if you can marry children, why do they need your authorization? If they're mature enough if you're mature enough to be marrying children, according to the Quran, according to like some Islamophobes' logic, and even the mushriks, I don't. There's something wrong with them, by the way. I don't know why they would think that. But anyways, if you can do it, why do they need authorization? I thought they were mature enough, according to the Quran, for you to marry. So no, the Quran does not endorse that perversion, that sickness. Among you, request for your authorization 3 times before the dawn prayer, and when you take off your clothes at noon, and after the evening prayer. Isha, by the way, the word is Isha used there. So some might be wondering, okay, but where is it talking about Wusta prayer? Where is it talking about uh, what they call Isha prayer? It's indirectly talking about it because it says before the Fajr prayer and after the evening prayer, meaning after the evening prayer and before Fajr prayer is where is Isha, is where is Wusta prayer. That's where Wusta prayer is. So it's indirectly referencing Wusta prayer here. So that's the times of privacy. It's is during when you pray for Isha and when you pray for Fajr, and that's between. But where is Zohar and where is Asr? It's not mentioned here. Why isn't it mentioned here? Why is it said, and when you take off your clothes at noon? Why does it mention, and when you pray, establish prayer at noon? Why isn't it mentioned? Where is Zohar here? Where is Asr here? It doesn't make any sense. Like you and you're working during Zohar and Asr. You're doing work. Most people work at that time. Why would God burden you with the prayer during that time? It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, this is another verse they like to use to justify their means. I did this verse. Wait, hold up. Not this one. Okay, it's this verse. They use this verse to justify Asr and Zohar prayer. Surah 30, verse 18. Okay, so let's start from 17. So glory be to God when it is nightfall and was morning. Okay, God mentions morning. He does not mention dawn time. He mentions morning time, and I will tell you why that's important a little bit later. And for him is all praise in the heavens and the earth, was evening and is noon. So people use this to justify it and say, oh, this is talking about prayer. It's talking about Zohar prayer. It's talking about Asr prayer. And no, it's not talking about prayer. Because prayer is not the only way to glorify God. You don't have to establish prayer in order to glorify God. Glorification is part of prayer, but you don't need to pray in order to glorify God. Let me show you verses. Let's see. Invoke him in the morning, not this one. Alright, so Surah 24, verse 41. Even the birds are establishing glorification. As you can see here, do you not see that God is the one whom those in the heavens and the earth glorify, as well as the birds and roads? Each already knows his prayer and his glorification, and God is aware of what they do. See, so the birds glorify God too. They do it. Let's look at another example. Uh, let's see. Is it this one? And we certainly gave David. Okay, let me. What surah is this? Let me make sure I didn't write this down. Surah Sheba. You guys can search up what Surah Sheba is, what the number is. I'll just do it real quick. Surah Sheba. Oh, I didn't write it down. I want to make sure I get everything correct. Okay, it's 3410. Let me make sure it's actually 3410. Okay, so it's 3410. That's the surah number. And we certainly gave David a favor from us. O mountains, repeat along with him and the birds, and we softened iron for him, in order to make it long and yeah. let me make my point even better with Surah 38, verse 18, because this one isn't specific enough. Indeed, we subjugated the mountains, glorifying along with him in the evening and at daybreak, as well as the crowds he had all repeating. So here we see that David is glorifying God, as well as the mountains and the birds. Are they praying? Are they prostrating like David is? No, they're not. They're just simply glorifying God. The mountains isn't praying with David. The birds aren't praying with David. They're glorifying God. So glorification and prayer isn't the same thing. They're not the same thing. And you know, God does mention that in the morning time. He doesn't even mention to pray. He just says in the morning time, just think about God. Be conscious of God, because that's still an aspect. You don't just think about God when it comes to prayer. You think about God in the morning time. You think about God in the nighttime. You think about God whenever. And if we're gonna use the logic of this is talking about prayer, it's also talking about morning. Glory be to God when it's morning. Morning is not dawn time. Morning isn't dawn time. Morning is morning. God is specific right here. Look, he talks about evening, noontime. He's being specific right here, right? He's not saying evening is night. He's saying evening is evening. Some people like to say evening means night in the Quran. I don't know why. They say sunset somehow means night. I don't know how the logic works there. But dawn is not morning time. So if you're going to say this is talking about prayer, you're saying in the morning time you have to pray. God's telling you to pray. So you have 6 daily prayers in the Quran. So, because in the morning time, morning is not dawn. God knows when to use words. And don't interpolate the words how you like it. Anyways, so the Quran mentions only 3 prayers. It doesn't make any sense for it to be Zuhr. It doesn't make any sense for it to be Asr. Especially Asr. I don't get the logic with Asr. What is Asr? You have Fajr time when the day starts to go up. You have Maghrib time when the day starts to end. And you have Isha Musta time when it's night. Where does Asr fit in? At least with Zohar, you can say, okay, it's talking about the peak of the sun. What is Asr supposed to be? Like, Asr would just pretty much like Zohar and Asr could just be combined. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know what Asr even is supposed to be according to them. Like, what's significant about Asr? What's what is significant about it? If you're gonna break down the days into these cycles, and I don't know. Anyways, thank you for watching. I know this may be hard to hear, and maybe you can't accept the truth now. Maybe it'll take you a while to accept the truth. Maybe you want to contemplate. Maybe you want to. I don't know. Maybe you want to believe in the 5 daily prayers. If you want to do the 5 daily prayers, go ahead. Just don't say it's an obligation in the Quran. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I might make a video on telling you how to pray directly from the Quran too. Although I think it's pretty obvious, but I may make a video if it's required. Thank you for watching. See you next time.